It's 2023, and there are, in my opinion, 7 basic skills that you must have to succeed in any industry. If you can't do these 7 basics, your employer is going to notice, your boss is going to notice. If you are the boss, your clients are going to notice, or your subordinates are going to look at you like you're a useless boomer because you can't do these things. So let's get into it. Skill number 1, typing. And I'm not talking just any old typing. You should be able to type at least 40 words a minute with all 4 fingers without looking at the screen, without looking at the keyboard. If you can't do that in this day and age, you're basically illiterate. Yeah, I said it. If you're T-Rexing at 2 fingers at a time, typing away at 20, 25 words a minute, you're constantly staring down at the keyboard, you are literally working half as fast as someone else who is your competition. Typing, got to be able to do it. Skill number 2 that you need to be an effective human being is understanding how to look up answers to things on Google. It's true. How many times have you called tech support that was costing $150, $250 an hour? The person on the other end of that line just Googled it. If you can't put a simple question into the Google search field, how do I set an autoresponder in Outlook for when I'm away on vacation? If you don't know how to Google it and then scroll through the answers and solve your own problem, you are a drain on the organization, you're a drain on your boss or your supervisor, or if you're an entrepreneur, you're a drain on yourself. Learn how to get simple questions answered using the most powerful question answering tool on the planet, Google. Number 3, basic skill. This is building off of number 2, is how to find something in a document, a PDF, a spreadsheet, a website. Super basic. Control F is the shortcut using the find tool. For example, let's say that you've got a certain client that you're looking for. Using the find tool in a spreadsheet to find where that client is, especially if it's a big spreadsheet. Or let's say that you have a massive 80-word document and you want to figure out something to do with taxes. Okay, Control Find, look up every mention of the word tax. Again, instead of getting panicked or mindlessly scrolling through emails, documents, whatever, trying to find an answer, being able to quickly find answers in documents, critical skill. The 4th thing that you should understand to be an effective professional in this day and age is understanding what the cloud is. Cloud computing, cloud storage, cloud software. What does it mean? How does a cloud drive work? Can you use Dropbox or Office 365 SharePoint or Google Docs or iCloud to create folders, share documents with your peers, and have your data stored on the cloud? Do you know what that means? Can you articulate what that means to somebody else? Number 2, can you use cloud-based software? Can you log into Office 365 so you have your email and all your documents on the go? Or can you log into G Suite from anywhere? Do you have everything on the cloud? Do you know how to use web-based applications? Very basic, very critical. Don't know how to use the cloud, you're putting yourself behind everybody else. Number 5, how to use and find and install and set up apps on your smartphone. This device is your mobile computer in this day and age. So if you don't know how to install and set up apps on your smartphone, again, let's say that you join a new organization and they give you a new email address. Can you set up that email address on your phone? That's as basic as it gets. If you can't do that, this is a skill you need to learn. Again, this is super basic. There are proprietary apps and tools that make your life a bazillion times more efficient, effective, and you have to be able to figure out if there's an app for that. Now, again, number 2 is how to use Google Lookup to learn things. So if there's something that you need, number 1, Google how do I blank, and then if the answer is an app, how do you install and set up that app on your phone? These things work together to make you a more effective human, a more effective professional. Number 6, the classics. Do you have a basic grasp of how to use Excel and Word? These have been around for darn near 40 years at this point. If you can't make a basic Excel spreadsheet of something like client names, phone numbers, emails, and format it nicely, Or let's say that you've got 20 numbers, to be able to put those numbers in a spreadsheet and have them add up to a total at the bottom, or average those numbers so you know the average. Super basic formulas, super basic spreadsheet creation. Again, if you don't know how to do this, there's going to be a scenario that comes up in your business, in your work, that requires you to create some very basic information and you can't create it. You're gonna look like a dummy to your client or to your employer or to your business partner. Same thing with Word. You can't create and format a basic Word document to convey some basic information. You're gonna have a hard time creating reports, presentations, or just explaining an idea. And number 7, the 7th skill you need to be an effective professional is file naming and organization. This one is as old as files themselves. Before there were computers, there were paper files with, if you know, look at that folder icon, there is something that exists made out of thick cardstock paper called a file folder. How do you organize your information? Are you the kind of person that has a desktop full of files with alphanumeric, ABC 113_0001, because that's the name it was given when it was scanned? If you want to play big, you're going to deal with a lot of information. And so you need a filing and information management system so that all of those files have a place and you can very quickly find information you're looking for. Now, keep in mind, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a boss, you're going to have administrative support that's going to do a lot of this for you, but you still need to understand the file naming system. You still need to understand where the files go. You need to be able to articulate that to the people that are helping you. And you need to be able to navigate your own information so that when you need it, you've got it. Those are the 7 most important skills that you need to be an effective human, to be an effective professional, to be an effective entrepreneur in the year 2023. If you're sitting there nervously and you are identifying a gap that you have, don't worry. This is all fairly easy stuff to learn. Just takes a bit of time to learn it. You can do it. Go out there and conquer the year.